Good morning, guys. It's Tuesday, May 12th. I am coming at you for check-in. Yesterday was not that good of a day for me. We worked about a half day on Mondays till 1 or 1:30 sometimes. But I got off a little early. I think I got off around 12. So ate my lunch, and then went home. Just kind of hung out with my son. He wanted to snuggle. He wanted to just kind of watch a movie with me, and so I watched some vlogs while we were watching that movie. She wasn't very happy about, but so I took a nap. Like, I just felt like I needed to lay down, and so I laid down for a while. Couldn't really fall asleep for a long time, but I did eventually fall asleep for like 30 minutes or so. And when I woke up, I just didn't feel good. I was really lightheaded when I stood up, and I was really lightheaded. But so I drank a bunch of water. I took my drops. I just did things that, I just kind of still laid down and sat down and watched a movie with my kid or whatever. So kind of took it easy. My son really wanted to go to the gym when my husband got home. So he got home around 5 and we went to the gym, and I just sit in the hot tub right now, which is actually, I don't know, my muscles are really hurting lately, and I remember this happening on other rounds, and in pounds and inches it just kind of says that your muscles are lengthening because the fat is leaving, so that muscle soreness is normal. So anyways, the hot tub feels really good for me, but so I was in the hot tub for a little bit. I stood up to the bubble stopped, so I had to go turn it back on because no one else was getting up. And oh my gosh, I stood up and I was lightheaded, but it was like I blacked out for a second. Like, it was really weird. So I stood there for a second in the hot tub. People are probably like, okay, this girl needs to go hit the switch. So hit the switch, got out. I was walking real slow. Hit the switch, got back in, and then I felt fine. And then I stood up again, and the same thing happened. And then I just went into the pool to cool down a little bit. I thought maybe it was the heat. But once I got up I sat in the pool on the steps, and once I sat up, I was like the same thing. And I went back to my husband was sitting in the hot tub. I just went down and I was like, I don't know, something's wrong with me. I think I just gotta get some food after this. Like, I just feel like, how you feel like your blood sugar is low, that's what I feel like. And so after we left the gym, I ended up getting a Chipotle burrito bowl. So healthy, definitely not on protocol. And I toyed with the idea of just getting like lettuce and meat and tomatoes to make it more, more HCG friendly. But in my mind, I'm spending like $10 on this thing. I'm gonna, make it worth my while, I guess. I just feel like I don't want to just waste money or whatever. And I've cheated with a burrito bowl before and had no issues. So, not that I condone it or whatever, but so anyways, I ate that. I felt instantly better. I think it was more on the carby side because I did have a lot of lettuce, where usually I don't. I focus on the meat and stuff, but I just felt like I needed some substance. Not that meat isn't, but the lettuce, I just felt like I needed something. So I still would say it's very low carb. I don't get rice or beans or anything like that. So I did go ahead and buy that book that I was telling you guys about. Oh, I feel like my body needs fat. Like, this is why every once in a while I do this, because the other day I was eating nuts because my body needs that fat. So I don't know if, I definitely can lose weight on protocol. I don't know if it's the healthiest for my body, but, so I did expect to see a gain or a goose egg at least. Like I said, I've had many times when I've had a burrito bowl on past rounds too, and I've lost, or you know, just goose egged. I don't think I've ever gained from a burrito bowl. But I was down 1.3 this morning, so you know, I don't know. I feel like my body just needed that fat. And, you know, I feel like, you know, for me, for most people, they think their blood sugar is low. I think my fat is low. Like, I need more fat intake. And so, I don't know, guys. I'm gonna, you know, keep doing it. Keep going strong here. I did purchase that book I was telling you guys about. So it's called Siesta Beach HCG Lifestyle. And I read most of it. It's kind of a weird book because he basically, like, every chapter is a day in his eating, and then he talks about something else too. I like that style of writing, but it's kind of different. But I did go ahead and buy it, and I read most of it. So what it is basically is Atkins induction phase, where you stay under 20 carbs, and there's no calorie restriction. So it's 20 carbs or under. There's no loading phase, and then it's a 28-day cycle. So 4 weeks. The first 2 weeks you take 200 IUs of HCG. So it's a lot more than what I'm used to taking. I don't take that much. I take like 125. And then the second 2 weeks it's 300 IUs to kind of bump it up a little bit. And then you just stay under 20 carbs. So he eats basically eggs and meat, cheese, and he does do a lot of things that I wouldn't do. Like, he uses like the sugar-free Jello. He uses sugar-free whipped cream, which I would just make my own, because there's essentially 0 carbs in that. And he uses like Atkins shakes, which I would not use. He uses J-Rob shakes, which I would use. J-Rob is probably the only protein shake that I've ever been able to stomach, first of all, because it tastes good. It's just sweetened with stevia and chicory root. And there's nothing else bad in it. So that's probably the only protein shake that I would ever use. So, it's interesting because he gives his food diary, and so just different ideas that he had to eat. A lot of his is like, he calls them roll-ups. It's just like lunch meat with cheese rolled up, and he just dips it in mustard or whatever. So, you know, and then he shows his weight loss, you know, every day. So it's definitely a lot less than what we get on HCG, but he also measures his body fat and which I don't know, he uses one of those things, I think, where you stand and hold it. Body fat percentage, muscle percentage, and visceral fat. He's a cardiologist, so he might have like some sort of machine to measure all that. I guess I skim through a lot of the parts that are like boring to me. I just want to know about the diet and, you know, supplements and stuff he talks about a lot. So it's interesting to see because he'll gain like 0.5, but his muscle mass will come up and his body fat will go down. So it's really interesting to me. For me, I mean, weight is important to me, but for me, I do want to build that muscle, and I do want to eventually, you know, just be focused on weightlifting and exercising and, you know, building muscle. So for me, this program seems really, really interesting. I guess I'm scared about it because I'm so used to the protocol, like just losing a pound a day average for me, most of the time. And I'm just kind of nervous about switching it up. But the thing I like about this program is you are encouraged to work out, you know, hardcore if you want to, you know, so definitely not the same. And that's kind of the problem that I have. Like, I love working out so much that protocol is hard for me. that's why I've kind of been playing with the cycling and everything. So I don't know, guys. I'm thinking about trying it. I was going to mix up my HCG last night because my drops, that's the other thing too. I don't know if my drops are just losing their potency because they've been open for 40 days or so. And I was going to mix last night, but I don't have any vials, like empty vials to mix in. But last time what I did was I had a shot glass actually that I sterilized at work and then brought home and did it. And I found that shot glass over the weekend and I cannot find it again. I don't know where I put it. I have no clue. I looked in all the spots I thought it might be. So I had no way to mix this morning, or last night is when I was going to mix. So I'm still on the drops today. I'm going to look around at my work today to see if there's like a glass container that I can just sterilize and take home and bring back. I don't know that I'm going to find anything like that. But I did order some stuff, so it'll probably be here by the end of the week. So I might be forced to close the cycle down pretty early. I'm only on day 6, so that's kind of not good, but what can I do? I thought I had supplies and I didn't. So my drops are almost gone too, so that's the other thing. But I brought my lunch today. I'm planning on staying on the regular plan for now, but that Siesta Beach HCG is really interesting to me. So yeah, I will let you guys know how it goes. Or if what I decide or what I end up doing. He basically says the HCG is mainly for appetite control and craving, curbing, and to help release and immobilize fat. So, you know, that makes sense to me, and I feel like I do well when I have like healthy fats when I am on HCG for the most part. So I know when I had those nuts yesterday, or not yesterday, but the day before, I goose egged the next day, the next day. But I mean, maybe nuts aren't a good choice for me, but maybe like eggs would be okay. So anyways, I'm just rambling, but I did want to share that with you guys, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.